Imagine a basketball court, the squeak of sneakers, the roar of the crowd. Now picture that energy suddenly colliding with a raw, unfiltered display of ego and a silent, piercing response that spoke volumes. Last night, the WNBA witnessed not just a game, but an unraveling, a public exposure that has the sports world buzzing and Angel Reese facing a harsh new reality. Angel Reese. The name itself conjures images of unapologetic confidence, a dominant force on the court, and a personality that has captivated millions. From her championship run at LSU to her highly anticipated entry into the WNBA, Reese has been a magnet for attention, a lightning rod of both admiration and criticism. But beneath the headlines and the endorsement deals, a crucial question has begun to surface. Is the brand overshadowing the game? Last night's matchup against the Lunar Owls wasn't just a loss, it was a stark, undeniable answer. From the moment she stepped onto the court, the familiar swagger was there. The confident strides, the pre-game interactions with the cameras. It was the Angel Reese the world has come to expect. Yet almost immediately, something felt off. The energy seemed misplaced, the focus fractured. What followed was a performance, riddled with uncharacteristic errors, a sloppiness that left commentators shaking their heads. 7 turnovers. Not just routine mistakes, but baffling plays that suggested a disconnect. A player seemingly out of sync with the pace and precision of the professional league. A pass thrown off the backboard as if she were alone in an empty gym. Another hurled directly into the hands of a defender. A moment of spatial awareness that seemed to vanish. While the stat sheet might show a respectable 17 points and 10 rebounds, these numbers fail to capture the full picture of a game marred by poor shot selection, unnecessary fouls born of frustration, and moments where Reese simply appeared lost amidst the action. Picture this: a drive to the basket, a double team converging, and instead of a calculated pass or a controlled shot, the ball is flung wildly, missing both teammates and the rim by a significant margin. The collective groan from the stands was palpable, a shared moment of disbelief. On the opposing side stood Collier, a study in composure and quiet dominance. While Reese's energy was explosive but often misdirected, Collier's was focused, efficient, and ultimately game-winning. Her 16 points and 9 rebounds were crucial, but it was the final shot that truly silenced the noise. As the ball swished through the net, securing the Lunar Owls' victory, Collier turned towards Reese. No words were exchanged, but the intensity of her gaze, the unwavering steadiness in her eyes spoke volumes. It was a look that seemed to cut through the bravado, a silent challenge demanding a shift in focus, a return to the fundamental discipline of the game. It was a moment of pure, unadulterated exposure. Adding insult to injury, a play earlier in the game saw Reese attempt what many viewers immediately labeled a flop, a dramatic collapse to the floor, arms flailing, in a desperate attempt to draw a foul that never came. The referees weren't fooled, and the internet certainly wasn't either. Social media exploded with memes and sarcastic commentary, the incident serving as a visual metaphor for a performance that lacked genuine substance. The narrative being painted was stark. The persona, the villain image that Reese has cultivated, falters when the underlying skill and consistency aren't consistently present. Showboating, it seems, only works when you're backing it up. And then there's the conversation happening off the court, a growing murmur about endorsements and online presence, the Reebok deal, the frequent lifestyle updates. While building a brand is a smart move in today's world, questions are being raised about the balance. Are the priorities shifting? Is the focus more on being a content creator than a relentlessly dedicated professional athlete? The contrast with players like Caitlin Clark and Collier is becoming increasingly stark. While Reese's social media buzz is undeniable, these other rising stars are quietly putting in the work, delivering results on the court, and letting their game speak for itself. Collier's performance was a masterclass in professionalism. No retaliation to perceived slights, no engagement in trash talk, just consistent, impactful play that led her team to victory. That's how you truly silence the noise. Perhaps the most telling development came after the final buzzer. The announcement that the Chicago Sky's home games against Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever would be moved to the United Center, the largest basketball arena in the country. Not a single one of Reese's games has warranted such a move. The message is clear, and the numbers don't lie. Caitlin Clark draws crowds, ignites a different level of fan interest. Reese, despite her marketability, isn't yet commanding that same level of demand. It's a cold, hard truth reflected in ticket sales and arena choices. Reese's apparent bewilderment at the change only further highlighted a potential disconnect from the realities of the league's dynamics. This wasn't just a bad night at the office. It felt like a turning point, a moment where the intense hype surrounding Angel Reese was peeled away, revealing a raw, more vulnerable reality. If she aspires to be more than a fleeting viral sensation, a true star in this fiercely competitive league, a fundamental shift is required. Less focus on the branding, more dedication to the grueling work of honing her skills, improving her consistency, and elevating her decision-making under pressure. Players like Collier are providing a clear blueprint of what sustained greatness looks like. A relentless commitment to the craft, a quiet confidence that speaks through performance, not just through persona. The buzz around Angel Reese has been loud, sometimes deafening. But there's a crucial distinction between fame and effectiveness. Last night illuminated the widening gap. While Reese struggles to consistently deliver high-impact plays, other rookies and rising stars are quietly and efficiently making their mark. Look at Caitlin Clark, reshaping how women's basketball is viewed, selling out arenas, posting historic stats, numbers that even on her best nights Reese has yet to consistently achieve. This isn't solely about innate talent, it's about preparation, unwavering focus, and flawless execution. Reese, it seems, is still leaning heavily on the image, the persona that brought her college success. But the WNBA is a different beast. The competition is fiercer, the players are stronger and smarter, and they are far less forgiving of inconsistency masked by bravado. This isn't college anymore, and Reese is learning that the hard way. The on-court humiliation didn't end with Collier's game winner. Late in the fourth quarter, with a chance to close the gap, pressure seemed to overwhelm Reese. A no-look pass, intended for a teammate, sailed directly into the hands of an opponent. Another costly turnover. Another wasted opportunity. The Sky bench looked deflated, the momentum completely extinguished. As the final buzzer echoed through the arena, Reese didn't just look disappointed. She appeared genuinely confused, as if the outcome was an unforeseen anomaly, as if her name alone should have guaranteed a different result. But the WNBA doesn't operate on hype. It rewards the relentless grind, the players who have paid their dues, who have weathered setbacks, learned from their mistakes, and consistently adapted their game. Think of veterans like Aja Wilson and Sabrina Ionescu. Their success is built on years of dedication and evolution. Reese has yet to consistently demonstrate that same capacity for growth. And the league and the fans are taking notice. The disparity in arena size for key matchups speaks volumes. Despite the marketability, the league isn't yet treating her as a top-tier draw. And the fans? Their silence in some arenas, their vocal support for her rivals, is a clear indicator of where their allegiance currently lies. Even Reese's post-game comments raised eyebrows. Instead of taking ownership of her performance or outlining a path for improvement, she reportedly deflected, suggesting that the pressure wasn't truly on her because she was only the 7th pick in the draft. That kind of mindset, that reluctance to embrace accountability, rarely translates to wins or fan adoration in the long run. Let's be clear, Angel Reese possesses undeniable talent. The physical tools, the drive, the potential for greatness are all there. But talent without unwavering discipline, without a commitment to growth and a willingness to embrace criticism, is like a Ferrari stuck in second gear. The WNBA thrives on personalities, yes, but even more so on consistent high-level performance. Last night wasn't just a bad outing, it was a stark reality check. Collier didn't just outplay Angel Reese, She outclassed her, delivering a sigh. Powerful reminder that true greatness in this league is forged through dedication and results, not just headlines and highlight reels. So, where does Angel Reese go from here? The answer lies entirely within her. The path back to relevance, to earning the respect of her peers and the unwavering support of the fans, begins with humility, honest self-reflection, and a relentless commitment to improvement. If she wants to be remembered for more than just a viral moment, she must start acting and playing like the true professional athlete she has the potential to be. Otherwise, the spotlight will continue to shift, illuminating the consistent brilliance of players like Collier and Caitlin Clark, leaving the once dazzling hype surrounding Angel Reese to fade into a cautionary tale.